Hi everyone, welcome to Hilltop View Journals, and today I'm going to be carrying on working in my little daily journal and continuing with RachandBella Crafts' My Daily Spread collaboration. Today's day 5, which is gratitude list, and Rachel has challenged us to make a mini booklet insert. So I've gone to the back of my journal and I've created a very simple mini booklet, which is secured in place with a belly band, and we've also got a little hidden pocket in the back there, and I've just popped this little simple tag. And in my gratitude mini booklet I have got just a little journaling card glued in for the front as an embellishment. And I've got my gratitude list, and in the back then I've got a little pocket that I can just slip this tag into. Hopefully this is glued now, so that can go in there. And I'll show you how I made this mini booklet, and I've been using bits and pieces that I've got in my stash, which saves time, makes you feel better because you're slowly clearing out bits and pieces that you've been hoarding for I don't know how long. And yeah, I feel great when I'm using things. So please join me now to make this lovely little mini booklet. As part of these 30 days, I am trying to make use of what I have, as well as using the new kits from RachandBella Crafts. And what's good is that a lot of what I've already got matches in really well to these kits, and it has been some time since I've done some really pretty shabby chic kind of play, really. So I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm really hoping that this journal is going to be something quite different to what I've been working on recently, but also appeal to my inner pink lover, I think, because I do love pink and flowers and botanical and floral, as well as all the grungy stuff that I end up doing quite regularly. So what I want to do today is work on the back page, and I am going to be using this little, well, it was a little notepad, and it was from toilet roll holder, you know, the cardboard, and I've taken this piece of random digital kit, don't know where it's from. I've had it for, I don't know, 3-4 years, maybe, in my stash. So you can see all the glue still on there. So I've ripped off the toilet paper backing because the cardboard was too thick. So it's just left me with this sort of heavy paper print. It had some paper already in it, so I've got that all ready, and I'll just tell you what the size is. So it's about 13 centimetres, 5 inches by 10 centimetres, which is nearly 4 inches. So it's folded in half, and then the cover is slightly bigger than that. It's just giving a nice little border around. So that's what I'm going to use to make my little mini notebook for my gratitude journaling. And the other thing I'm going to use, oh, actually I've got more pages here, look. Nearly lost those. There we are. There's a lot more pages there. I am going to use this leftover piece of vellum where I have printed one of the shabby ephemera pages from RachandBella Crafts' kit, and I think it might be something like toppers or something like that, but I think this rose looks lovely over this. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to fold this over so that it brings underneath in to the page, to the page cover. So that's what I'm going to do. Really simple. And then I'm going to make some kind of belly band and glue it onto my back cover. So anything will do to make this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it quite well in glue, except the edges, because I do want to stitch around this. Sorry, around this. Make sure I've got the right side here. So I think I've folded it incorrectly. No, I have folded it right. So I want to try and get plenty of the front in. I don't think that's quite straight, but I think it'll do. So I got that nice little rose there. And I'm going to cover the back, glue. Give that a good cutting. It's got a nice background now to that, and I don't think you could ever tell what was really underneath or the colour of it or anything. I love putting vellum over, sort of like vellum overlay. I think it works really well, especially for covers of things. And I think I need to give this another snip and make it look a bit tidier. And I'm going to round the corners, I think. So I also need to cover this inside cover because it is a little bit messy. And I was thinking of using one of the background pages, and I wouldn't mind trying to use something that I've already started on, so I think that will look nice. I'm just going to let that dry a little bit. And what I'll do then is a very simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch to stitch that into the cover. Okay, that's stitched. Just fold that in. You can make this as elaborate or as simple as possible. I'm choosing simple today. just to make sure that I get it done. Okay, so I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to pop 3 holes in. Might leave a bit of a tail just in case I decide to put some bling on there at some point. And I'm going to go in through the middle so that the tail is on the inside. Oh, I think my holes are a little bit big, but there we are. We'll sort that out now. So you want to pop one tail on one side of the stitch. That's about equal. Tie it one way, and tie it the next. Just tidy up those holes a little bit. You can always cover that actually if you wanted to. There we go. And what I need to do now is work out how I want my belly band to look. Now I did dig out something I made previously, which is like a snippet strip, but I'm not sure if it's going to go with it. It may do, but we need to do something with the backing. And I was thinking I could potentially use this piece. Oh, I've got some really nice pink paper here. And I do think that would look quite nice actually. So I'm going to rip it into shape. It's quite, it's not textured paper, it's very fibrous. I must have got it from some kit I'd ordered or something. Again, I've had it since I don't know when. It needed to be used. And today it's going to find its forever home in this journal. I think what I'll do as well is I'm going to round the corners. And we have got some messy bits on the side here, so I think I'll make those more intentional and use a little bit more gesso rather than trying to cover them up. There we are. Now let's pop this back on there like that. And for the belly band, I'm going to attach it to this back piece rather than attach it to the cover, because then I'll be able to make sure that it fits, because I don't know how often I attach a belly band to a cover and then I've made it too big. Now I think that looks nice with this background, but I do think I need something there. Now I could put some lace just to soften it a little bit. Maybe just a tiny bit for now, just to see. Oh, something like that. We'll see how that goes. And I wonder, excuse me, if I've got anything that I could use that would make it pretty. That's quite nice, isn't it? So this is from one of RachandBella Crafts botanical kits, which was released last year. And I quite like that. I've got some glossy accents on it. So I do like that. Let's see what else that might look. I think that heart will be too big. Excuse me. Yeah. Got some smaller fussy cuts here from Rose, which is Journals in Time, which I picked up in the last RachandBella Crafts retreat as a gift, which is just amazing, but I think these are all a little bit too big. Probably look better in a page, so I will keep those. And I think all my fussy cuts are a bit big. The only one that isn't really big is this one, which also looks nice. But I do feel it's a little bit lost there, whereas this one I think stands out a little bit better. Maybe I need more lace. Can't have too much lace, can we? Because lace is amazing. That to me is just a little bit too subtle. Yeah, I do like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to stitch that on there, and I'll just be stitching all the way around the page. And if you've never made a snippet strip before, then I will try and link a video or two in the description of videos I've done for snippet strips. So the other thing you could do here is make a pocket, and I think I might do that actually. I might as well take advantage of it, and I'll pop something in there temporary. So we're going to have that there. I may put that like that, or maybe not. I think that will do like that. And I'm going to use hot glue. little notebook will just go in there, just like that. Anybody know Tommy Cooper? Leave something in the comments if you do know who that is. And if you're old enough to remember, like I am. Okay, so make sure we glue this the right way up. Okay, I'm going to use my Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. And I think I will add a little bit of washi tape. Now you could do some really lovely collages for this. I mean, this is just my interpretation and I'm just doing things quite quickly so that I'm not spending too much time on it and you don't have to watch too much either. So I'll just put that there and put another little bit at the top. And that will add a little bit of strength to the pocket. Now, let's try and find a little tag here in my stash. Just something simple. That's too tall probably, isn't it? Yep, that's too tall. I need something just the right size. And do you think I can find something just the right size? Of course I can't. Okay, that's just the right size. It needs a hole in it. And we need a little bit of a tail, I think, or a topper. Just something simple. I may come back and make some tags, who knows. Still got this little piece of treasure. I shall use that somewhere in the journal for sure. Okay, so I'll pop that there. So that will be a nice reminder for me that there's a tag. Just need it to stick. Need a bit more glue. Could use this pocket for some hidden journaling as well. It's always good to have multiple uses. And I did think, oh, actually, let me put some glue on this side as well. Probably would have been better to use my hot glue, I think. Okay, so pop that there. And yes, I was thinking, I don't really want to decorate this too much because I think it's pretty enough. But I did wonder whether to add something to this. I quite like that. I thought that would be very pretty. So this is just on cheap watercolour paper. Oop. And again, it's just very simple. Bit of fabric. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write my first gratitude list. So I've made a little gratitude list. It's very simple things, just simple things during the day, and that's what I always do for my gratitude. I try to give them meaning, but I try to make them just everyday things that might not mean much to some people, but they certainly make a difference to my life. So that's my first little list. And I thought what I'd do here is put a pocket in the back with some leftover vellum. So I'm just going to put, oh, I knew it wouldn't work. Just put a little thumb notch there. The vellum is notorious for gluing, so this is probably going to drive me insane. And I know I'm going to regret it as soon as I put it on there. But put it on I am. And I've got a little tag that I'm going to pop in the back there. Just again, it's on watercolour paper, just with a nice little bit of kit there and some lace. And could potentially put a little closure on there, but I'm not planning on adding anything more to this. It will just be writing, and it'll be behind this belly band anyway, so I don't think I really need to put a closure on it. But there we go. When this glues properly, I think it'll be nice and secure in place. So again, another very, very simple layout, simple little notebook to go with my simple gratitude list.